Shy Farasha here again with another video. So hopefully you watched my video a little earlier, well the previous video before, where I'm talking about stress and hair loss. Now today I'm talking about breakage. It happens. So anyway, before I go any further, please like my video and let's get on with the info. So a lot of people have a problem with breakage, okay? Usually breakage can happen when you comb your hair too rough. Breakage and shedding are two different things, right? So we've got shedding. Shedding's when your hair actually comes away from the root, boop, gone forever. You could also call it molting. It naturally does that, but sometimes it does it a bit too much, yeah? And that's when we can notice a problem. Hopefully the hair starts to grow back. When the hair starts to grow back, we have little short hairs all over, which we really need to take care of, because hopefully it's growing back as thick as it was when it first came out. But if it starts to grow back finer, it's going to result in finer hair, which will be prone to breaking. So breakage is a problem to a lot of people because they're usually trying to get a good length on their hair. If you're not someone who keeps a short style, like a neat Nefertiti bob or a nice gradient style, you're somebody who likes the long hair. You want to grow it long, you want it to be, I mean, obviously I've got locks. Locks do tend to grow pretty long, but usually you want some good length, and it's retaining that length. Sometimes, okay, so we've got a hair cycle going on. So let me quickly tell you about the hair cycle, because I'm trying to get as much information in as possible in the shortest amount of time. I mean, if it means I've got to do another video, then I will. But anyway, the hair cycle is approximately 7 years. Your hair strand starts to grow. I think is it an inch? I need to check that. It might be more, it might be even 30 cent. I can't remember the length, but each year it grows a certain amount. Yeah, probably about this for each year. So if your hair could retain its length, so year 1 it's grown that much, year 2 it's grown that much again. So you got year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7. That's a good amount of hair. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. That's about just over an inch. So if your hair could retain all that length in all that time, wouldn't you be happy? But how do you retain that length? And a lot of the time the hair breaks and keeps breaking. So you might get to year 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4, and it just won't get past that length. And it's just like it plateaus, and no matter what you do, it just won't get past that length. And usually that's down to breakage. It just breaks for whatever reason at that length. Now let's think of some of the reasons why the hair could break right there. If you get a strand of hair and you take a pull, it's only going to be a matter of time before that hair actually breaks. So one strand can take quite a lot. So if you're pulling it a lot, pulling it all the time, many different ways, it's got no choice but to break. But if you're only pulling it sometimes, just doing a little tug here and there, it's not really going to break. It's going to take a lot longer before it breaks. So the key here is not to pull, comb it rough, drag it, flick it too hard at all, so you can retain the length. Similar thing with locks. If you pull it too much, you retwist it way too tight or interlock it too tight, you're not going to retain your hair. You're going to have breakage. And if it doesn't break straight away, it's only a matter of time before it breaks further down. So what do you need to do? I'm sure you just need to know, like, what do I do to stop this? You have to start putting extra measures in place, and you have to be consistent, because the main word for today is consistency. Consistency is the key. Okay, you need to keep your hair moist. Yeah, you need to have protective styles, and you need to not comb it too rough at all. All right, protective styles, plaits, twists, braids, and they can't be tight either, because if they're tight, that's going to cause a problem as well. Keeping it moist. We've been running away from water, especially that's a new word, especially the sisters, the black women out there, usually running from water. It's going to dry up my hair's going to shrink, because usually we're pressing it out. Well, back in the day anyway, we were pressing the hair straight, we were relaxing it, we wanted it straight, so obviously we don't want it to get wet. But what? You need some moisture, even some water with a bit of oil in there, maybe castor oil, something like that, or ylang ylang. Not ylang. Well, yeah, you could have ylang ylang for the scent. But what's the one? I'm having a mind block today. Natural oils within the water will help to moisture your hair. Okay. Condition your hair, deep conditions, treatments, hot oil treatments, butter treatments, moisture. Be more gentle with your hair. Take your time with it. Just like if you've got locks, if you've got natural hair, make sure you're doing your protective styles. And when you're undoing your braids, don't be dragging your comb through the braid and pulling it and popping it and just tugging at it. That's what's going to break your ends off. You really need to baby your hair. You need to be a butterfly. Be a butterfly with your hair. Be gentle with it. Don't pull it, don't tug it. We're going to be trying now to retain the length and grow your hair. And not only that, we want healthy growth. Yeah? And there really is a strategy behind it, like what I just said. The steps are: you're going to wash your hair. You're not going to let it dry out too much. You're going to comb it through when it's damp, and you're going to comb from the end. But you're a butterfly, remember? Comb it gently from the end. It might help to have some conditioner in your hair, or maybe some shea butter or some kind of nice serum, just to help so it doesn't get too knotty. And comb it through from the ends with a small section, just a small section of hair from the back. Work your way forward. Yeah, when it's damp, then you're going to rinse it through, then again comb it through gently. If you can let it dry naturally, like maybe if you've got curly hair, you want to do a wet look, then by all means do that. Or if you could plait it and let it dry naturally, do that too, because too much heat can be damaging. Way too much heat can be really damaging. So you only want, if you have no choice but to use heat, please try not to have it directly on your hair, like with a hand dryer and the combs on the end. Try not to have that on hot. All right, have it on a mild temperature. It might take a bit longer, but don't have it on too hot. If you've got a hood dryer like mine over there, then yeah, do that. Put it in a few twists, or maybe even flat twist it and sit under the dryer. So we are limiting any reason for your hair to break, and you have to be consistent with this. Remember, I'm telling you, it's not just for one day. It's not just for 1 week or 1 month. You need to do this for a good lifetime. Time to care your hair, okay? You got a year to save your hair, and you can do it. I've actually got a video, another video about this. Go check out my playlist, Natural, a year to save my hair. That gives you some hints and tips and what products to use and what styles you can have and how to choose what kind of look you want for yourself, because deep down we know, and some of the time we just can't manifest what we want. But you put your mind to it, you really put intention on it, you get what you want, definitely. But no more pulling, no more tugging. Don't leave your hair dry. Don't comb it dry. Keep it moist and put steps in place to comb it gently so you can really start to get that length and grow it to the length you want. I'm looking to get mine down to my knees. My goal used to be my body, my bottom, my derriere, my gluteus maximus to some, but now I've got another goal, which is the knees. So yeah, I am putting things in place to keep my hair going and to make sure it doesn't dry out. Now, I use my own products, Awake by Shai Farasha. If you want to give those a try, which I think you actually should, you want to go to www.thehouseofshea.com/Awake by Shai Farasha. I'll put the link in the description box below so you can make your order. But we want to be limiting breakage, yeah? No more, no more. Let's take care of the hair. Your hair can grow no matter what race or genetics you have. Your hair can grow. Thank you for watching Shai Farasha, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to comment, like and share. See you later. Bye.